These days unhappy customers can hold their lien on public print immediately, but lot companies are not processing these platforms correctly, expert tell. So which are the dos and don'ts of public print client relations? Down there are days while you get irate on how a business has purified thou, down there just seems to be one way to do it order. Voiced a complaint on a business's social nourish has be the major way to get yours appeal heard. Order currently. He's done consumer lot more than needing in regulation of which they wish and wait. It acquired about 64,000 likes. But lot companies are lack to supervise their public interactions so, believes MS Menzies, substantially since they sense the blood pressure to be on all platforms all the period. The way of the load became obvious previous the year while Pub Circuit Weatherspoons told it was closing downward its public print channels as they were a diversion for its personnel. And the risks disconcerting customers in dispersed, incoherent exchanging messages. Wayne Guthrie, company founder of the Boldly Frank Digital Consulting, believes public print should not be seen as fair else canal via that to email messages. Public print is on behavior, not communicating, he says. Organizations' requirement to show customers which they're making, not fair speak them. For copy, if a client's procedure goes astray, the public print dialogue on the occurrence should show which the business has made to solve the issue. It should be utilized to do a client sense love an organization is very making thing on their name, he says. But the is no lightweight problem, as firms include to collect and undergo on data rapidly, creature outdoor and translucent conducted obligation and asset, he observes. Flowers through the Post company Flowering and Savage is one business how has tested to dwell up to the consumer expectations of public print, says Isabel Murray, the company's chief of client pleasure. Public print should be on house relationships in customers, she argues. We wish to do it lightweight and attractive for nobody to get in concern in us, and public print provides a large way to do the, she says. He's wherever human beings expend lot of their period and he's large to encounter them wherever they are. The identical personnel job on all Flowering and Savage's public print accounts so the color and identity of the messages corset consecutive, she adds. And the coherence of mark identity through all channels is key, argues MS Menzies. Of the things how annoys human beings is the various types of vote companies include in various areas, she says. Business community requirement to believe on which they are as a mark and which their industry does uptake to public print, she advises. One day the mark values and identity include been thoroughly treated out and coordinated, they can later be reported to personnel processing the various channels and cooperating in customers. And the frankness and coherence of color should use as lot while things are departure ill as while their departure so, says Flowering and Savage's MS Murray. We never wish to be defense or disregard a issue, she says. We wish to listen of each client, to commemorate their happiness but as well rapidly put order whatever house lost incorrect. Receive public print order is hard for engineering reasons, too much, says Nest Barmby, head execution of client control software program company Naver. The is partially since largest of the apps, sites and networks are intended for individuals not business community, he believes. Business community include had to seize public print channels, and house intended setting box pegs in circle holes and hard to adjust them to their need, he says. One sample of the was Instagram producing its business users tag items in share images so human beings could buy them. The helping firm sale material but didn't offer them a way to answer to client queries on the displayed items. The planet of public print got a slight facilitating to swim over the year while WhatsApp liberated toolkit how let brands say immediately to customers via the application. But for a length period it has been hard for firms to communicate in customers via these some, famous, public print channels. The mockery is how the enormous sum of data human beings stake via their public print profiles, apps, talk groups and blogs gives companies a gold prospect to aware lot more than on their customers and goal them in lot more than particular exchanging messages. more than technique of industry. If you electronic mail an organization, it will get really slight data on who you are of how address, says Mr. Barmby. Yet in public, above all the channels, you get so lot more than data. Friend, the public information in all the current information a business has on its customers, conducting histories, business interactions, and so on, and you can do superior decisions on how to talk how man, he argues. Business community include never acknowledged it, but influencers tend to get answers more than rapidly, says Mr. Barmby.